And here we are to witness the final face-off, final showdown. It's going to be the final battle between these two players on this best of 3 series that I picked up from the latest online tournament organized by Team Liquid. It's the TL Open 25, best of 3, being this game 3, and the series is tied 1-1, obviously. These two players trying to bring us the best game possible, both of them trying to represent their side of the community the best way they can, with North America clashing against Europe once more, when we have this orange Protoss spawning here on this 3 o'clock position and going by the name on the tag of desRow. Canadian Protoss player, popular streamer as well, that has been showing us that he has the skill to face and stand his ground against some of the finest in the whole world when he faces against this red Zerg spawning here on this 12 o'clock position, going by the name of mTwDIMAGA. Ukrainian Zerg player, very popular, very dedicated player, and with awesome results for so long now. He's a menacing force from the European side of the community, and well, the series is tied 1-1. desRow on game 2 was able to show us that he has what it takes to defend against a player of this caliber, so let's see if he's going to be able to resist the pressure here when the responsibility is shared. Both players will be wanting to win this game, obviously. It will be the game that provide them with a pass on to the next stage of this online tournament, and it's going to be a 2-1 win for whoever takes the final victory here. So for now, desRow here hanging with his probe, and DIMAGA fully aware of the way Protoss works. He knows that he would be having that Protoss early on inside his base, so instead of even attempting to go for that fast hatch, decided to grab his spawning pool. Like this, is going to have at least a couple of Zerglings out to try to provide some defense and shoo away this pesky probe. And at the same time, we do have here on desRow's side, again, I think it's the third time he's going to be going for the Nexus first. It's not even Forge first, it's just Nexus, and then he's going to take care of his Forge. And like this, investing once more on his macro, on his econ game. But on this game, well, the rush distance is not that long. It's not the shortest ever, but still fairly short, and he's committing to quite a risky business there. If he's able to establish a proper defense, well, he might be able to succeed when the first forces from DIMAGA start knocking on his door. But I can imagine he's going to feel the pressure and the heat, at least on the early minutes of this game, because he's not going to be having much of a defense by establishing a Nexus that early. For now, there was a battle ensuing, as you guys could see here, with DIMAGA finally able to land his hatchery after desRow cancelled his pylon there. Meanwhile, on desRow's side, this observer just taking notes on everything, keeping tabs on what's going on desRow's natural expo, and some static defenses finally showing up with DIMAGA, going for some placement that will allow him to be out of range of those photon cannons. That's what I'm assuming the plan is. Meanwhile, seems like that here on desRow's side, well, he's sending this probe, trying to roam around, just check what's going on, crossing with DIMAGA's drone and now getting intercepted there. And meanwhile, oh, a batch of Zerglings passing on the defenses from desRow. Those photon cannons weren't ready yet, and now desRow has some trouble here. He's gonna have 4 Zerglings trying to poke and gnaw onto his probes, chew down his probe count on the mineral line, and try to keep it as annoying as possible to disturb the works inside the main base from desRow. DIMAGA going back and forth, microing his Zerglings on the best way possible, making sure he's not gonna lose that many, and already killing 2 probes there, so well done. This harass will provide him with a lot of profit if he's able to keep poking at those probes and killing one here and another one there. Meanwhile, on his natural expo, there's a first gateway coming down, still working on his probe count, while the Zerglings keep advancing here, coming up north, and try to hit these probes that are on the extremes on the mineral line, basically the ones close to that gas and the ones here on this top mineral patch. It doesn't seem like there's going to be any solution for desRow anytime soon. And meanwhile, on the back of this aggression, as you can see on the minimap, DIMAGA decided to expand and grab that third. I think that desRow is aware of this because the drone from DIMAGA crossed with the probe from desRow, and well, desRow probably is assuming that the probe was going on that way with an intention. Meanwhile, he's trying to defend with his probes while he gets that first gateway rolling and maybe starting to get the first offensive units out that will be able to thwart this aggression here. But these Zerglings have been hanging around inside the main base from desRow for quite a while now, already got some kills. I think it was something like 3 kills, 4 kills already. I think it was the other probe that went up north to the base of DIMAGA that got intercepted as well. So 4 kills on the worker count, not much by now, but just the fact that he's able to maintain all of these Zerglings here is already a big profit for DIMAGA. And again, the battle ensues here on the mineral line. Those Zerglings are slowly getting shocked to death, but the probes are getting a lot of pokes, and notice all the interruptions on the economy. This is going to show there, as you can see, there's already a big difference also on the worker count, and now the first Zealot coming out and finally trying to put an end to this aggression. Photon cannon blasting one, other one sliced by that Zealot, and now it's Zealot versus Zergling, and bye-bye aggression from DIMAGA and annoyance inside his main base. Finally cleared, and okay, he's cleaning the supply depot, has a probe there, might be planning to land something on that corner. Meanwhile, on the DIMAGA side, he's working on his drone count, droning like a monster once more, trying to get that mineral line rolling. This one is actually pretty healthy already, and this one as well. Well, not as much, but already going well. Inside his base, we do have Roach Warren, and playing out of 3 bases, this is starting to resemble a bit to what we saw on Game 1, where he made a big, massive push out of 3 bases with so many roaches, and the capability to replenish his roach force so quickly. But seems like that desRow has a different plan this time. Stargate tech, there it is. Maybe some void rays, what you guys think? Might be a solution. And inside his base, more gateways and a Twilight Council. So he's opening his options here, getting a lot of tech. Still not much of an army. Let me take a look once more. Yeah, 1 Zealot, that's it. So I don't know, it feels like that desRow might be heading the same way he did on Game 1. He didn't got much of a result back then, so I'm not sure how is he gonna handle it here, but he has a different plan because he has that Stargate, something that he didn't do on Game 1, so he might be preparing some sort of a RAS that will be providing him with enough pressure to keep DIMAGA on his bases. DIMAGA doesn't have any sort of defense for now. He's getting his lair tech that probably will provide him with some sorts of defense. Also an Evo chamber would be something quite helpful, but no signs of one for now, and the Queens might be able to hold those void rays for a little while, but still might not be enough. Depends on the amount of void rays that desRow will be pumping out. For now, he's getting a lot of gateways. 1, 2, 3, 5 there, 6 gateways out of 2 bases. Twilight Council, Templar Archives already, so we have again desRow teching up quite hard and quite fast. More gateways, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8 gateways once more, while DIMAGA prepares his forces to push against his opponent's base. And as you can see, at the same time on the pip window, you can notice the advancement of the first Void Ray heading to his opponent's base, but I don't think this is going to be in time. This big push with Roaches and Zerglings won't be defended properly by desRow with the amount of units he has currently, and here he comes, advancing towards the buildings, towards this big wall that desRow tried to establish here. Wall is broken. Look at that feast there with the Roaches just spewing acidic saliva on every of the buildings and every of the units that are standing here on this mineral line on the Natural Expo. These Roaches are just pushing all the forces from desRow back home into the main base, and meanwhile doesn't seem like those Void Rays are making enough damage to guarantee that he will be able to thwart this aggression. By now he has a ton of units here inside the base, and we have a proxy Artosis pylon on that corner, another one there, and this is going to be really troublesome because it seems like he's not going to have any solution to power up these buildings anytime soon. Going now desperately fast, getting 2 pylons landed, but he's going to get these 2 Artosis pylons destroyed, and with those 2 Artosis pylons, all of those buildings will be powered down. So at the moment he cannot build a single thing, everything is off. At the same time, still on the pip window, you can see more Roaches on that Natural Expo destroying the remaining buildings and forces appearing on that area. These 2 Void Rays are desperately trying to contain the aggression and trying to get some help from those probes, but I mean, the damage has been done, I would like to say. Take a look here on the economy, 17 workers against 56. DIMAGA even going for the rich mineral field, getting this 4th base on the gold, and is completely stable here. There's no economy for desRow, there's nothing going on in his favor besides these 2 Void Rays that are trying to thwart the aggression, but meanwhile DIMAGA already destroyed so much that I can see desRow coming out and coming back into this game, and there it is, being forced once more to GG. He was actually able to power up some of these warp gates, but those 2 Artosis pylons they didn't work very well, to be honest. It was quite dangerous, that SimCity. I guess he was just trying to risk to get all of his macro gaming going as fast as possible, so saving money, not getting that many pylons around. And well, he got all of his buildings powered down, everything destroyed. DIMAGA already on 4 bases, with a huge contrast on the economy, as you can see. Let's take a look on the workers killed. Brutal slaughter done by DIMAGA as well. 48 there, with none going for desRow, and desRow forced to GG fairly early out of this match. I mean, he didn't stand a chance here. DIMAGA even preparing his defenses, as you can see, in case those Void Rays would be able to arrive his bases. Had the Hydralisk then, had already Spore Crawlers landed, and also he was getting ready to, yeah, seems like his anti-air was solid. He just didn't have anything here besides the Queen, but he was ready to defend, even if desRow was be able to get rid of all of his units and keep playing this game. No chance there. I mean, with no workers, no income, no Starcraft 2 for you. And well, with this, DIMAGA wins thus the 3rd game and wins the series 2-1. Congrats to DIMAGA. desRow, close call, nice battle, but not good enough on this 3rd game. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. See you all later. Have fun.